1 million gold. One county. In Crusader Kings III, the more land you own, the richer you become. But today, I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to make 1 million gold without ever holding more than one county. No expanding my realm, no forming large empires. Just one tiny piece of land and an insane challenge ahead. To pull this off, I'll need the perfect county, the perfect culture, and the most broken economic strategy I could come up with in CK3. Let's see what it takes to achieve the impossible. Who better to start as than Hastings, the most powerful one county state in the game. He's so powerful thanks to the 3,000 special soldiers he gets, his really high martial skill, and the fact that he starts with whole of body, even though he has a martial education. I know I always talk about how Varangian veterans are the best troop type in the game, but instead of getting them, I'm adding more Vigamen to our army. They have good overall stats for a low price. So we're in Europe, right next to France in the county of Montague. But I need to get over here to be next to China. And we need to do this before China enters the division era of the dynastic cycle. I can't simply declare war on China's neighbor, as they are obviously too far to interact with, so we must hop our way over by declaring war on people close enough. Our special soldiers don't replenish when killed, so I'll be removing them from our army. I only want to use them when absolutely necessary. So you may be thinking, hey Jackson, why in the world do you want to go to China? Well, you see, my plan requires us to be an administrative realm. We've won the war for Napoli, and before ending it, I can ransom prisoners we got. Ending the war would release them, so we have to do that first. Oh yeah, so we technically have 2 counties right now, but it's okay, because the game is paused, which I will allow since all of this would be completely impossible otherwise. I'll make Napoli my primary title, move our capital to it, and then we can simply get rid of our original county. The challenge is on, as we still only have 1 county. Hey, you know, why don't we just become administrative with the decision? It would require us to become a king, and it isn't exactly easy to become a king with just 1 county. The only place I could become a king with 1 county would be the Isle of Man, which is small and underdeveloped. It's literally impossible to become a millionaire with just the Isle of Man. I've taken this county on the Black Sea, but I can't move my capital here for not just 1 reason, but 2. This county is a tribal holding, when I can only have castle holdings. And we're at war because this other guy was trying to take the county at the same time as us. I simply can't use this county because I would have to unpause, and I can't unpause with 2 counties, so we just have to give it up. The only other way to go would be through Crete, but they're allied to the Abbasids, who I really don't want to fight. The Abbasids are in a different war, so if I'm lucky, I'll be able to take Crete without ever fighting them. Let's go for it. The Crete army is just letting us siege. Hopefully we can take the castle in time. I unlocked sappers earlier, so we have at least a little bit of siege progress. Well, the Abbasids are arriving, but we're just about to take the castle to win the war. Oh no, they've landed. Oh my god, we've won the war. Quickly end that before losing the battle. We lost some of our special soldiers, but it had to be done. There's nowhere to go through the Middle East, so we'll have to go through Africa. Hey, you know, wouldn't it have been easier to just start next to China instead of doing all this? The first problem is that all these states have more than 1 county. The only one with 1 county is right here, but it's a tribal state. Tribal states can't become celestial without first becoming feudal, and that would be quite challenging. And more importantly, Hastings is just fun. My 1 county is now Socotra. Next, we'll go to India. With a county in India, I can go all the way around to Vietnam, which will get us bordering China. I'd love to do a Varangian adventure, but that would give us the Mandalic government. Ignore this, where it says feudal, it's just an old glitch. Varangian adventures give you whatever the government type of the person you took the land from was. We've won the war, and now we're bordering China. Luckily, we did everything pretty fast, and they've yet to enter the division era. Now we can join China. Normally as Hastings, you'd go and conquer the whole place, but we can only have 1 county, of course. Now that I'm a vassal of China, I can adopt the celestial government, which is a type of administrative. Now as a member of an administrative realm, there's no way to leave. That's why I didn't join the Byzantines, even though they were much closer to the start. China, however, has a special system. Right when this enters the division phase, the vassals of China will get independence. So now we just need to wait. All the events to bring China to division don't really have anything to do with me. While we wait, I might as well raid for some gold. We're still a Viking after all. Most of the money we'll get will be from taking hostages and ransoming them. Raiding has turned us into a drunk, but I guess that's fine. The Emperor is giving us his daughter to raise. Now that's quite interesting. Dang it, King Charles II, trying to murder me? How in the world is this guy tracking me all the way down in Vietnam? King Charles of France, by the way. Oh, yikes. Our Emperor decided he doesn't want me being a governor anymore. I'm gonna say no to him removing my land, but that does mean we're at war with the entire Empire of China. My 3,000 men are not gonna be able to win this war head on. As a Viking, I can sail down the Yellow River straight to the capital, so I'm doing that now. If I attack right this second, they'll just kill me, so I need to wait for them to do something else. Okay, they're distracted. Let's go now. Oh my god, can we siege this before they get here? Yes, we did it! We took the Emperor of China just like that, and we can now win the war. It deposes the Emperor, which, if I had to guess, will make the Empire that much closer to division. And yep, it's about to fall apart. I think when we unpause, that'll split up the realm. Yeah, nice, we're an independent celestial realm. The next step will be to travel to the land we will cultivate to be the best in the entire world. That land is right here in southern India. Madurai, the only county in the entire game with 7 holding slots. We're out of range right now, so I need to take a quick pit stop. I need to get here fast before the owner buys any new holdings. I need everything to go perfectly for this to work. Pit stop completed, now we can reach India, except the current guy in charge is a conqueror who would probably beat us in a war. His health is poor, so maybe he'll just die. The reason this county is so good is because it has 7 holding slots of course, but also 5 of those slots are farmlands. Farmlands give development growth, which is good, but not what's so special about this. What's special is that farmlands have the best exclusive buildings for gold, which I'll get later once we actually own the land. It may not have any special buildings, but I have a plan to fix that. I'd love to own the land now, but they just have tons of troops and lots of money. It's all due to this conqueror trait that kind of breaks the game, but it's also pretty fun. I've just been raiding while we wait, but now is a good time to mention that Celestial Government type is going to do all kinds of stuff for us. The first thing here is our house aspiration, which will increase our monthly treasury income. That'll go up by 2% each level up to 5. Oh yeah, the treasury is gold that's attached to our title instead of us. It's just another form of money, so more of that is good. The leader of the kingdom here has died, and now we shall take what we need. I increased our men-at-arms since the last war, and hopefully it's enough. The enemy is sailing onto us, which will give us 30 advantage in the battle. And that advantage was enough to win a battle 2-1. Let's go! And we've won just like that. We only have 96% acceptance, but the Peacemaker perk is great. Madurai is mine. Let's make that our primary title and capital, get rid of our old land, and now we're set. I mean, sort of. We're losing money right now. But eventually, this county will make us over 1,000 gold per month. That was only the first step of my plan, as shown here in World Anvil, the sponsor of today's video. World Anvil is a platform for building and organizing fictional worlds, whether you're writing stories, designing RPG campaigns, or just creating insanely detailed history roleplay like the stuff we see in Crusader Kings. One of the coolest features is their interactive maps. You can upload a map and attach locations, characters, and lore directly to it, basically turning your world into a living wiki. On top of that, they have timelines and chronicles, so you can track events across both time and geography, which is perfect if you're building something like a massive medieval world with dynasties, wars, and shifting borders. If you've ever wanted to build your own world or organize all the lore for one, you gotta check out worldanvil.com. And what's great is that you can use code Jackson to get 51% off any yearly membership to World Anvil. Just click the link in the description or go to worldanvil.com to start building your world. And please, if you end up making something crazy, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what y'all made. Now, phase 2 begins. The second advantage of administrative government, and the most important advantage, is the ability to hold cities directly. I can revoke the title of this guy, giving us direct control of the holding. That means we'll get 100% of the taxes from it. I'll want to revoke the title of the temple here later, but I can't quite yet, as our religion doesn't allow for it. We will need the lay clergy doctrine, so something like a shari would work. I don't have enough piety, so I'll work on that later. This challenge sorta hinges us on being able to become a duke. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't exactly thought this far ahead. We only have 1 of 2 required counties, obviously, so I can't form the duchy title. I have a couple ideas to try later. Man, we only have 2 building slots in our capital. It's because the Tamil culture doesn't have ledger yet. Once it gets researched, we'll be able to construct new buildings. In the meantime, I'll start filling these farmlands with new city holdings. I can also use an old-fashioned trick. If I move the county capital to this city, it gets a new building slot. Then if I move it back, you'll notice said slot is still there. Whenever we have enough money, I'll construct economic buildings, although we're not getting any money from them while our control is super low. So farmlands have an exclusive building, the manor houses. They provide as much gold as windmills, even more than farms and fields. And in farmlands, you can build all 3 of those buildings I just mentioned. It's simply the best terrain type for money. As our control goes up, so will the money we're making. It's just a waiting game now. Even though we're old and probably dying soon, I can continue raiding as Hastings. Once he does die, we'll no longer be able to raid. Hastings cool enough to get the special privilege of raiding as a non-tribal. Now for the third advantage of an administrative government, the estate. It acts like a whole nother county, you know, without actually being one. Also, it has cool buildings like the taxation office that'll give us % domain taxes. Absolutely perfect for what we're going for. Celestial governments also have this merit rank thing that determines what positions in government you can get, but it doesn't really matter in this game at all. I mean, like, who's gonna get appointed when there's only one county that I own? Back to the duchy issue. I want to be able to get a duchy building that'll give us % gold, but obviously I can't just create the duchy of one county. I created a save so I can test different ideas out to see which one works. The first thing I'll need to do is take over this kingdom. Kingdom achieved, and of course I need to make sure the game stays paused. I can create the duchy title now. This plan would be great if I could simply give the land to vassals to then grant independence, but you can't give independence to de jure vassals, so the land in our duchy can't be given independence. But what if we give our de jure counties to someone that's not in our de jure, then give them independence? Well, unfortunately, in an administrative, counts can only get counties within their duchy. I could create a second duchy title to try and give to our de jure vassals to make them not de jure, but we can't give a duchy title to someone who doesn't have land in said duchy. Even though technically their county is neighboring it, I guess this doesn't count. I couldn't figure it out without breaking the rules, so I reloaded the save before I ever took more land. Maybe we can somehow win the challenge without forming a duchy? Maybe getting some cool estate buildings will make me feel better about this failure. The Tamil culture is really good. It has parochialism, which is one of the traditions I 100% need. And 2 traditions that buff trade ports, which aren't required, but it's still pretty good. I wanted to form a hybrid culture, but if we can't form a duchy, there's no way to do that. So I'll convert to the local culture. Tamil has better innovations anyways. Now I want to create my own culture. It'll need to be bureaucratic for the lifestyle experience, cultural fascination progress, and development growth. For traditions, I want to replace metalworkers for city keepers, another required innovation for my plan. We need some more prestige first. I'll do some raiding and host some events. While feasting, I got enough renown for a legacy, and for the first time ever, I'm gonna get the first level of heroic bloodline for the Mighty Endeavor legend seed. Just know this legend will be used to get a special building that'll give plus 10% gold in our county. I got enough prestige, and before making our culture, I'll make it a nice green for all the money it's gonna make us. So what does city keepers do for us? It'll let us build windmills within city holdings. Windmills at max level give more than 30% gold. Normally you can't build windmills in secondary holdings because, well, it's OP, but with city keepers we can. And normally you can't hold cities, so it's not too OP, but we can as an administrative. See, the plan is coming together nicely. Once I get 2000 prestige, I'll immediately be adding another important tradition. Maritime mercantilism will let us build trade ports early, so more money, while also giving coastal holdings plus 10% tax, so more money. Especially since we're, well, on the coast. I hope you're liking the video so far, and if you are, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and we're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers this year. If this video gets 1,000 new subscribers, I'll make the same mistake again and do whatever the top comment is, so leave your craziest suggestions. Thanks again, and let's get back to it. I went to get something to eat, and while sitting there thinking, I came up with an incredible plan. I know how to get the duchy title with only one county. Instead of taking a kingdom, I just need to take the duchy. Now, I create the duchy title, but how to get rid of the extra land? I'll assign it to vassals, and as you can see here, I can't grant them independence since they are de jure vassals. So, I'll just have to swear fealty to the king here. Now, instead of granting the vassals independence, I can give them to our liege. Now, I can continue playing the game with only one county, but now we're a duke. I'm pretty sure this strategy would work to become a king as well, but I need an emperor liege, which is all up to chance. While I'm a vassal, this guy will be trying to give me those vassals back since they technically belong to me, but I can just keep saying no. Because we're a vassal, we lose out on some money from the celestial tax system. When our truce with our liege ends, I'll figure out a way to get our independence back. While we wait, I'll continue setting up our domain by building cities. Hey, we've entered the early medieval period. I'll start researching manorialism, which will unlock duchy buildings. Rest in peace, the great Hastings has passed away. Almost reaching 100 years of age. Our new guy has a stewardship education so we can make more money. This left tree is the most important. Avaricious gives plus 15% holding taxes. Dying got rid of our truce, but I can't create an independence faction as a celestial vassal. But I can create a disillusion faction. I'm not quite strong enough to defeat them yet, so I'll wait. I'm being blackmailed? My character doesn't believe in Norse paganism, and apparently that means this Hindi guy can expose me for it. If anything, he should be glad. All my cities are built and I'm adding the same economic buildings to them. The last holding slot is a jungle, so it won't make me as much money, but I still plan to add another city. I just realized I never actually added maritime mercantilism as Hastings, so I'll go ahead and add it now. It's a little late, but at least it'll only take 5 years to add the tradition. After it finishes, I'll need to wait another 50 years before adding a 6th tradition. Well, this will help with the construction. The architect perk makes building cheaper and quicker. I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm able to force a bunch of fellow vassals to join the dissolution faction. That gave us a ton of military power, but I'll also create some more men-at-arms to fill our slots out. Now I'll press demands and prepare for war. Well, we're not having a war. Our liege just decided to accept it, and now we're once again independent. We're making 30 gold a month now. Losing our perks from dying lowered that to 20 a month, which is still a respectable amount. Oh, okay. 14,000 men isn't that much. Okay, maybe it's a lot, but maybe this holy order will save us. Hey, we won a battle, but we just barely get in the war. I'm definitely going to lose the next battle, so I got some mercenaries that didn't help at all, and I'm going to lose the war, so there's only one choice. I have to adopt Chauvism. I guess we're no longer Norse. Maritime mercantilism has taken effect, and I'm starting the construction of the 5th and final city. I need to try extra hard to keep our control up due to parochialism reducing our control growth, but it's worth it because each city provides us more gold and development. Manorialism was unlocked. Our 2 potential duchy buildings are tax offices for more money, which I'll definitely do late game, and maybe royal reserves early game for the development growth. I need more money to build one though. We'll be getting battlements next to unlock level 2 castles. I never thought of windmills as being a mainstay economic building, but they do provide as much gold as farms and fields. That could be pretty nice later. Except I messed up. I can't increase control in our capital even though it's below 100. It's because I have 5 cities, something you can only do in this county, so I never even knew about this issue. Each city reduces our control growth gain, and with 5 cities that percent is over 100, getting rid of all control gain. There's nothing I can do but reload to a time before I built the city. Instead of a 5th city, I'll get ourselves another castle. At least now I can get control growth. Fast forward a bit and I'm back where I was before the reset, but with a castle this time. Now I shall focus on development growth. I'll change to a scholarship focus for plus 15%, and I'll start promoting development with my steward. And none of that matters now as I've just been assassinated. Well, isn't that awkward? We're a little boy now and I have to immediately give up the new castle until later when I have enough domain slots. Wait, why are we making so little money right now? Ah, I see. Our really low governor efficiency is reducing our income. Our efficiency is based on our character skill points, and since we're just a child, they aren't great. Although this has a huge positive side. Once we get good characters with maxed out governor efficiency, we'll be making plus 50% extra gold. I figured this would happen. It looks like I'm gonna need to start defending myself. Our only advantage is money, so I need to buy mercenaries. Now losing this war wouldn't destroy our realm, but it would make us a tributary, and I do not want that. Okay, we survived, but I expect to get more of those kinds of invasions coming after us. Back to development. We need development for 2 things. A higher development gives us a % gold increase, and development increases our research speed, which will allow us to get better buildings for another gold increase. Oh hey, this girl is the quick trait. I really want to get the intelligence traits in our family. More stats is always good. The higher our stewardship skill, the more money we make. Man, everything is about money. I ended up going with tax offices. Like I said, money is everything. Also, now that we're an adult, I regained control of the secondary castle. We now control all of the holdings but the temple. Our steward isn't very good, so our development is going up very slowly. I'll marry one of our courtiers off to get a better steward. Now with him, we should get development much quicker. Except unfortunately he died immediately, so that was pointless. Oh nice, we have a kid that inherited the trait. As a leader of a celestial realm, I can pick any of my kids to become my heir, whether they're a girl or boy, the firstborn or the lastborn. Before I die, I'll pick whoever grows up to be the best. Cities don't require battlements to be upgraded, so I'll make more money from them quicker than castles. Also, with parochialism, they simply make a ton of extra money. Wait, seriously? Another war to deal with? I hate to have to buy mercenaries, as I'd rather use that money to upgrade our buildings. But I gotta do whatever it takes to stay alive. Luckily, winning one major battle is all it takes to get our enemies to accept a white peace. And just like that, we continue living. Oh yeah, a learning lifestyle does give us more development. It also has this amazing perk, Scientific, which increases our research speed. That's the only way for us to quickly progress right now. Of course, I do have some plans I'll put into action later, but for now, it's all we can do. We're up to over 50 gold per month, and I'm continuing to upgrade our domicile buildings with our gold, and upgrade our county buildings with our treasury. Our development gain has started to pick up speed. I mean, it's gotta be with all these modifiers we got. We're making enough money to where wars like this don't mean anything anymore. I'll probably just start skipping past them. I unlocked battlements, so I'll start upgrading my castles once I get the money. And once those finish, I can upgrade the economic buildings too. I'll go for magistrates next for the +1 building slot. Okay guys, it's just annoying me at this point. You declare war on me every 5 years and you lose every time. With all our economic buildings starting to reach level 4, we're up to over 100 gold per month. And it's only 977. We're on pace to be able to beat this challenge. I mean, yes, at this pace it'll take 833 years to get a million gold, and there's only like 400 years left in the game. But who said I was done upgrading? With the Scholars perk extra development, we're up to 1 new dev every 18 months. Hey, there's magistrates completed. Every time we get a new tech that gives us a building slot, I'm doing the county capital trick, which I don't normally use, but like, we gotta do it. I gotta use everything I can to beat this challenge. Hey, our granddaughter is a genius. That's +5 to every stat, and the best inherited trait in the game. Each era gives you a new tradition slot, so we have an empty one to fill. Jungle Dwellers could be nice since it'll give us 25% development bonus. Yeah, I mean there's no other traditions that give us gold right away, so I might as well go for development. It's only 2,000 prestige as well. The next step in my plan for more money requires us to get legend seeds. The only way to do that as a duke is through the court chronicler with this search for legends job. It'll give us a chance to find new legends every year. I'm not sure what the chances are though. I have all the economic techs for the early medieval completed and won't enter the high medieval until 1050. So I might as well start going along the Silk Road to get more techs. I'm not sure if any of them will help us. I unlocked cooking, which is pretty cool, but not useful for us this game. We found a legend, but it was a heroic legend, which is useless to us. What we're looking for is legitimizing legends. We of course already have one from our dynasty legacy. Whoa, that genius granddaughter is so good that she got the golden sovereign education trait off rip without even going to university. I almost never see that happen. We're up to a level 3 integrity, so +6% treasury. The cost gets more expensive each time, so I'll likely only be able to upgrade this once per lifetime. And now we found a holy legend. I wonder if you can only find legend seeds of a type you don't already have. Not all of my characters will be as lucky to get a 5th tier education trait like my daughter and heir, so I'll be going to university to get it. Except for some reason she's not my heir anymore, even though she should be, and it probably has to do with the marriage. It was a matrilineal marriage, so I thought it'd be okay. Aw man, I can't invite her back to my court yet, but I bet once I do, my succession will be okay. Oh, at least I really hope so. In the meantime, I'm starting to research windmills even though we still have 40 years before the next era. There's simply no more text left for me to research that would do anything. And I don't think I'll be converting to a Sharism with a cost like that. That just means I'll need to create my own perfect religion. Oh hey, it's been a while since someone declared war on me. I'll just get some more men-at-arms. With our trade ports being higher level, I can get up to 12 men-at-arms in each regiment, which is plenty. After this, no one else will declare war on me ever again. These bonuses don't apply to title armies, unfortunately. I would have such a big military if they did. Our genius daughter has returned and she is officially our heir. Since she's so good, I want my current character to pass away so we can play as her. And I know just the way to do it. I'm traveling really far with no protection. I want to get stressed and there we go, max stress achieved, but it didn't kill me. We must do it again. We're over level 3 stress and going further, and there we go. We've died and we're now amazing. The only iffy thing is that I need to have some kids fast since my only kid right now is not a genius. I still haven't gotten another legitimizing legend, but I think it's finally time to start the one we do have. While that spreads, I'll begin working on creating a new faith. Obviously, we're going to need way more piety. The most important tenet will be the tax non-believers, which increases domain taxes by a nice huge 20% if the land is of another faith, and I'll make sure our land is of another faith. The other important thing is lay clergy, which will let us hold that temple in our county directly, making 100% of the money from it. None of the other stuff really matters, but I am adding unrestricted marriage to do questionable things. We need 5,000 more piety to form the perfect religion. We can get piety from funerals, so I'll hold one right now. And after that, I'll go on a bunch of pilgrimages. Usually this learning perk lets you create religions for half the regular price, but apparently that's not a thing in celestial realms. Huh. Well, I guess that just means I need to go on a ton of pilgrimages. Now we only need 2,400 piety. All this traveling got us some perks in the wandering lifestyle, including the inspection perk for plus 10% domain taxes. There's another money buff. Okay, we got enough piety. Let's change the color to goldish since we're making all that money after all. And actually, let's make our view on gender neutral. We need a little more piety for that. Now we have enough piety. The money-making religion is born. The first thing you'll notice is that we hold our temple directly, bringing us to 7 holdings. Secondly, we're getting a nice plus 20% tax buff from the non-believers doctrine. All I have to do to keep that buff is never convert our county, so that's simple enough. I know I haven't talked much about development in a long time, but dang, we're all the way up to 98 development, and it's easy to see why. We literally cannot see the end of the list of modifiers. In just another year, we'll be at 100, maxing out our research speed. Thanks to the research speed, it looks like I'll be able to get windmills before 1050, which is normally the earliest you can even start researching windmills. I think it's time to focus on our legend. So I'm getting our neighbors to promote it within their domain. This will spread the legend, and once it goes into enough counties, I'll be able to upgrade it. The reason we're doing this legend is to get the legendary palace, which will only be given to us 50% of the time at the current legend level. The palace will get our income up even more, which is crazy since we're currently at a bit over 300 gold per month. We're 9 years away from the high medieval period, where our money is expected to spike from new innovations. Meanwhile, our legend is at 69 baronies, and it's been spreading pretty slow to be honest. We'll be getting one of those innovations earlier than the era, as windmills will be discovered in 3 years. Our legend reached 100 baronies, and we can now upgrade it. Unfortunately, at level 2, it's still a 50% chance of getting the special building, but there's like no way we reach the 300 baronies required for a 100% chance. Oh, thank God, we got it! The legendary palace building, plus 10% holding taxes, the reason for the building, and it gives development growth, which we don't need, and plus 10% lifestyle experience, which is nice. I'll start building that now. And at the same time, we unlocked windmills. I'll start researching guilds next. What makes windmills so great is the percent holding taxes they'll give us, on top of having as much gold output as manors. The windmill percent taxes only apply to the barony they're in, but the legendary palace percent will apply to all baronies. Right after I finished that last legend, I got another legitimizing legend called Macedonian Heir, which doesn't make any sense, but I'll take what I can get. And now I'll be building windmills. At max level, the windmills will give us 34% holding taxes. Normally, you can only build them in the capital, but we have the beautiful, wonderful City Keepers tradition. That's why I wanted to build only city holdings, since I can't build windmills in secondary castles. Of course, that didn't fully work out, but we still have mostly cities. My tax offices can also be upgraded to go up to 20% taxes for all of our land. And my house aspiration can be upgraded to level 4. This is going to be so much money. It looks like with windmills, I can also upgrade my cities to the max of level 4. My city holdings are getting like 60 gold a month each. It's beautiful. My second legend has been around long enough to complete, but I'm not going to wait to let it expand this time. Nice, we had the legendary building decision. But as you can see, it's not going to let us build it. You must hold a barony, which is the capital of the county, is not leased, and does not already have a special building slot. Here's where the secret trick comes in. Let's move our capital county to the city, and just like that, we can add a special building slot. Now I can just move my capital back, and we have 2 special buildings in 1 county. Once it finishes constructing, it'll add another 10% taxes to every holding we have. Can you imagine if I was lucky enough to get 7 legitimizing legends and got 1 in each holding? It would be absolutely insane. The palace finished building, and as you can see, both buffs are applied. You can also see the bonus development gives, and the bonus our governor efficiency gives. And of course, these buffs apply to each holding. We've officially entered the high medieval era, so we'll be getting guilds in just a few years. We also have a new tradition slot. I'm gonna get industrious to construct windmills and watermills in era early. Except wait, we already have windmills, so what's the point of that? Well, it'll let us upgrade them to max level in era early, so we'll get all those great tax buffs super fast. This tradition is extra good early game, but like we kinda just flew by all the tech, so it wasn't really needed. Guilds didn't take long at all, and we have ourselves another building slot. We can also upgrade a lot of these economic buildings. Next, I'll be researching hoardings to catch our castles up to our cities. Oh, and each innovation only takes 6 years. After hoardings, I'll get urbanization, which has an effect that doesn't do anything for me, but will let me upgrade the buildings in my estate. I'll finally have all 6 domicile building slots. Watermills are great, but unfortunately we can't build them in cities where we already have windmills. It's for a good reason though. It would simply be so incredibly overpowered. Instead, I guess I'll have to get something lame like hospices for a bit of gold and plague resistance. Industrious was successfully added, so now we have even more upgrades to do. More windmill upgrades coming up. Even before they finish, I'm making over 500 gold a month. Our character ruled for a long time, bringing the realm from 200 gold a month to 500 gold a month within a generation. The person in charge doesn't matter anymore. Things are going so smoothly. It's not like we're gonna have a rebellion or something. We don't even have vassals. Hoardings is already completed, and like I mentioned earlier, I'll get urbanization next. The only thing that would make us any stronger right now would be if this guy becomes an emperor. I could then use the trick I did to become a duke, except to become a king this time. My windmills, guilds, and trade port buildings are all maxed out. They're so high level, they don't even get a number anymore. Yeah, that's fitting. Duke Danielle, the money maker. We sure are making a lot of money. I wonder if that has to do with the fact that being a witch runs in the family. We just unlocked urbanization, and that means we're out of economic techs for the era, and the era's only been going on for 15 years. I guess it doesn't really matter what tech we go for next. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to make our neighbor an emperor without breaking any of the rules we've set, and I don't think there is. I could become his vassal and take over land for him, but then I wouldn't be able to get independence without dissolving the realm, thus making him an emperor no longer. I guess we're staying a duke. Okay, with urbanization, let's upgrade our estate. I'm not sure how much further I can push the estate bonuses, but at the very least, I'm growing our money by a little bit. Like, increasing holding taxes is pretty good. Although I wonder if we'd be better off if I moved my estate to one of the cities. Would it surprise you if you knew I was making 700 gold per month at this point? This is just crazy. I'm on a trip to get a new innovation and this woman wants to marry me. She's beautiful and a dwarf. Not a genius, so no. Oh lord, that killed her. She must have died from the sadness of rejection. Man, my recorder really hasn't been doing anything. It's been so long since we discovered a new legend. It's why I want to become a king. Maybe then we can use court events to get a new legend, because we're really not getting any from our recorder. I've tried everything from replacing the chronicler to getting rid of him and getting a new one. I've looked it up and chances should be about 1 legend every 10 years, but we've gotten 0 legends in the last 50 years. Ah man, it's a plague! Probably from packing so many people into this tiny little area. I just hope my family doesn't all die from it. I did though, sort of, but not really. I think I just died randomly, unrelated to the disease. Our new guy has nearly 50 stewardship immediately. Basically, skill points are inherited, and since I'm doing good old-fashioned eugenics, my family line keeps getting better and better. I did tell you guys that I changed my religion to do questionable things. This game is crazy. My sister/wife gave birth to twins and died in the process. Like, this stuff is straight out of A Song of Ice and Fire, both insanely absurd and chillingly depressing. The twins are geniuses, and as such they will be trained to rule one day. It'd be a pretty cool story showing the boys grow up and fight over who will be king. Well, it's only been like 5 to 10 years since the last plague, but I guess the game is making up for the couple hundred years I went without any diseases. One of the twins has measles right now and may die. Man, this story just keeps getting better and better. Maybe better isn't the right word, definitely more interesting. That son ended up living, so I'll make sure to pass on my good traits to him. It's a perk from one of the DLCs. You get a little stress and your child gets to have a perfect personality. This kid's got over 25 stewardship at 9, and obviously it's gonna keep rising. The traits I want are temperate, stubborn, and diligent, all providing stewardship. Greedy would be nice as it increases income, but so does having a higher stewardship, so greedy isn't required. And I don't even have it to pass it on. I have all the innovations I could possibly hope for, so I'm going to start getting a late medieval one. I'll go with cranes, which is only going to take 34 years. So we're going to get that way before we normally would after 1200. I got the scientific perk and now it's only going to be another 28 years. I guess we just gotta wait. I am just waiting, but there's some real good news. We're over halfway there. Over 500,000 gold with a single county. I was hoping we could get like 7 legendary palaces because that would be insane, but we only have these 2, which is still cool. Watch our gold here. It's awesome. When our allies call us to war, we simply start making an absurd amount of money. Another one? Okay, we're just getting plagues non-stop, but also somehow our heirs keep surviving, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Although this one is apocalyptic in severity, so I may just eat those words. I'm actually helping my ally, which is something I almost never do, but it's simply because I'm bored. And I'm realizing just how strong our military can be. We have a max size stack of 22 thanks to all the trade ports, so we can get a lot of men-at-arms. Holy crap, this plague is decimating the control and development. Oh no, my sister wife. And now one of my crappy sons. The plague is still in half of our baronies, but we're back to getting development just because we get development that quickly. And now, the plague is over. All things considered, it wasn't too bad for an apocalypse. This is by far the highest development gain I have ever seen. Plus 67.6 a month. That's more than 6 development a year. I wonder how far this modifier list goes. We can't see the end of it. We got back to 100 development so fast. Wait, our gold income is boosted by so many things that we literally can't see the entire list either. That's awesome. Cranes will be ready in 12 years, and then we're gonna get even more upgrades. I've finally maxed out our house's aspiration for the total of plus 10% treasury. I actually think this guy might be the one to reach 1 million gold. Cranes are discovered in 1131. That's so crazy. I guess I can start going for another innovation, probably matriculations. It'll take 59 years because, since we're already one innovation ahead, it's an even bigger penalty. It's cool that you can research text and era early and all, but the rate at which you can do so is so incredibly low that really you're just gonna get one innovation early. Maybe two if you min-max it like crazy, but that second one will only be a couple years early. We can upgrade our tax offices, our temples, some economic buildings. I can't upgrade our castle stuff until the next tech that'll take us a long time to get. We can upgrade our estate too. Our castle is making 171.4 gold per month. I want to get it even higher, but I'm not going to get any legitimizing legends, so let's just do a holy legend I get from getting enough piety. My court chronicler is just not working. What would happen if I moved my estate to the city that makes more money than my castle? I wonder how much we will make. 177 gold in one barony, and we have over 800,000 now. I completed the holy legend, and I'll add the shrine to our temple. The shrine will give us plus 5% gold to the whole county. Usually the real perk of this is the plus 5 to your lifespan, but obviously I'd rather have 10% gold. I'll trade my life for gold. What? Why? How did they even have that many troops? Well, hopefully our army can win this. Without their ally, we should just win quickly. Yeah, that was fast. We captured the enemy war leader. I could end the war, but instead I'm gonna execute that fool.
Fall.
That's what you get for declaring war on me. And I can still win, take their gold and prestige. Oh, cool. We got another legend for winning that war. Unfortunately, the special building for these don't give us any gold. We are making 1,000 gold per month. That means we're making 1 million gold at a rate of every 83 years. And we're already close, so it won't be long now. 900,000 gold. Well, in our treasury, with our personal money, we've all but done it. Yeah, we have 1 million gold in total. I kept the game going a bit because I wanted 1 million all in one place because it looks cooler, so now we have that in our treasury. With only one county, one tiny county, so small compared to the whole world. Now, that wasn't so hard. Thanks again to World Anvil for sponsoring this video. Check the link in the description or the pinned comment below. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. I love doing challenges like this, and if you have another challenge idea for me to do, leave a comment below and maybe I'll get to it.